today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. It's Week 15 of the MFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last. And off we go from Denver. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll go again to Jones. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, Wilson. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Wilson will throw again. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And they'll run the end around here with Jeudy. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 2nd down and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Finds Dulcich out left side. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. That time a 9-play drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. Right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The throw right side going to be complete to DeGuara. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here, just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go. Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 3, we got 3.
Here's Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. The Broncos at 9-4 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Swinging this out for Pollard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll run left with Pollard. And some room to roam now. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That good for 19 and a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Wilson Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Keep playing hard. 59 mark.
Pollard will score. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 8. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big gain and a conversion on 3rd down. That's a big pickup.
36 to Mike. Let's go, team.
An inside give to Jones. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to Dobbs. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
All day, every day.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now a 2nd down and 6. Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 58 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need to understand. If they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now. 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now the Packers get set to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Tershawn Wharton drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, it's Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score.
And this is caught at the 20.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Up the middle, Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Watch 36 to Mike.
Again, it's Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Completed out left to Dobbs.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Denver's offense ready to go again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down, and he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
That's taken in by Dulcich. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's Garrett Bowles, the former first-round pick, the guilty party. Throwing is Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Operating from the gun, Wilson.
Got his man, it's Dulcich.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. 35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They're going to look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And Watson has it right side.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they work this out past the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Wilson finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Wilson throw brought in by Sutton. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Patrick. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Back.
Wilson will throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. Back to throw again.
Quick slant to Watson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. The 40. Past the 20. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Point after here coming up. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
I got you. Go, Mike with you on.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Second and 8.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Damn, it's a mic. Here we go, here we go.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Denver, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Jamie Newman and the Washington Commanders taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Landry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on the 9 over there. You're on the 9.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw, it's Allen. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Allen going to throw. Being chased out left. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
But that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolf. In your face. 49's the fight.
Following the fumble recovery, Newman. And he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Here's Newman. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Newman.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. 44's the fight.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Alert. 3 down.
Throwing now is Allen. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Allen. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
On play action, Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A look at the numbers for Thomas from a week ago. 5 catches, 64 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Newman now off the bootleg. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now Newman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Let's go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Newman looking to throw it. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now it's Newman. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Newman. Complete. It's Dotson. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
The Bills offense and Josh Allen heading back out again. He hasn't had a ball touch the ground yet. 8 of 8 throwing it. Perfect so far, including the touchdown on the last drive, you remember, as they begin 1st and 10 here.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep now for Landry.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen.
There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Here's Allen.
A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Montgomery.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Once more Montgomery, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Allen now looks to throw.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted, So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And they'll throw on first down with Newman. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
47's the mic, boys. Check, 47.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike's 47.
To the air. Allen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They'll run with Montgomery. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
On 2nd and goal, Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead.
And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. We ain't giving up nothing today. Ready.
Now it's Newman.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away.
46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They've gone to the second quarter now in Denver. The Broncos have taken the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, 47.
Here's Allen to throw it. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
you
down.
Don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Newman on first down. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On second down, Newman. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Play action, Newman. Thomas brings it in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Newman. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's Newman to throw. And that is incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
58 Mike, 58 Mike.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Sly able to put this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Now maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Allen. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Newman. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down, but give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage, but it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Play action. Now it's Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Allen.
He's got the hook up with Diggs.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. 23 yards the pickup there.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd and 9, Allen. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain an 18-point lead.
The Washington offense set to take over again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Newman. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Newman.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Newman.
Got a man. It's Patterson, complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
And they go play action now. Newman.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Gregory Rousseau.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here's Newman.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you have extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
On second down, here's Newman. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem from me. 44, Mike, 44.
On second down, Montgomery.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Montgomery out of the gun.
To about the 40-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Again, he's got that man Landry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Allen.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
And again, it's Allen. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Washington ready to try again on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Newman's throw complete to Dotson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Newman over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60. You don't want to see me. Ready?
Throwing now, Newman on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Now Newman on 2nd down. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Throwing again. Newman over the middle. Open is Thomas. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now it's Newman. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. Tackled on the play by Kyer Elam. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Newman looking to throw it. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. 4th down. Here's Newman. He gets it to Thomas. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now Washington down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together.
At 58.
On 1st down, Newman.
Not today.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they'll throw on 1st down with Newman. Wide open receiver complete. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Newman. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Micah Hyde. There he goes right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick-6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick-6?
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Buffalo,
Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Two things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Here's Stafford. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former #3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
41 Mike, right here.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of...
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
Cut. Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And able to get this to the 31.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now, blue 32.
53. They gonna need some therapy after this. Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Drops this underneath, it's Mitchell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, Hey, we got everybody. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Lance looks to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Lance. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will tie us at 3-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Still 9 remaining on second down. Now Stafford. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
On first down, Stafford here. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. That's swung out wide to Harris. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. On first and 10, Stafford. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
To throw again on second down. Stafford over the middle. That's hauled in by Kupp. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And the Rams They're going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
They hand this off to Harris. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. To throw is Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams have moved out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
Oh, he shifts past him. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
To throw, it's Lance.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 43.
53's the mic. 53, check 53. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
So 3rd down, and defensively, the Rams have added 2 extra DBs.
Check 41.
And Lance going to throw.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Mike, 53.
1st down, here's Mitchell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
41's coming. 41's a mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Justin Houston showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Working from the gun, Lance. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Lance now to throw. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Samuel bringing in the slant. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Throwing now is Lance. This is caught. Touchdown. George Kittle, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. Robinson's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Here's Lance to throw it. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down. Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Another run with Mitchell.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Stafford's throw there complete to Myers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stafford now to throw. It's complete to Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Set! You waiting?
On the give, this is Harris. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Harris. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. That's caught by Myers. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. But he will not come anywhere close to the first down marker, and that gives us a turnover on downs.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake for Brandon. Don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Lance looking to throw it. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Lance.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Denzel Perryman.
And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the interception, here's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. He finds Robinson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Working with a 2nd and 4. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. It's caught at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Now it's Stafford.
Let's go, D, tighten up.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Rams. Bryson Hopkins. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3.
53. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Ready.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
I got you.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Single.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They run over center with Mitchell. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Lance. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Lance. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away.
And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Ray McLeod from a yard out. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
On 1st down at Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford throws to his man on the out route, and it's complete. That's Robinson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Stafford on 1st down. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna really have to
43 is the mic, boy. 43.
Again, it's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Down the numbers. There he goes. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
A try here for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Harris will start the drive out. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 41. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Lance. Over the middle to Kittle. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A give here to Mitchell. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, Mitchell. And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. And looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury. And we'll be back in a moment. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd,
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Check, 53's Mike. Who that? Who that? 53's the Mike.
But once again, it's Mitchell.
Go, go.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Jim. Ready.
A handoff from Mitchell running left.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Down. Black 40.
Hey, 4 down.
Ready. Go. Check 25. Hut.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
Here we go. 53.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end,
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the LA Chargers.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
and last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for our visitor, here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal, and this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And he comes back with 1 complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They're going to look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Go.
Eckler now between the tackles. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Pats, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know, and often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Quinnen Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And that will be incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. New England's offense set to go.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Come on, QB, come on. Mike, I got you.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Running on 1st down, Eckler.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. He'll drop to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Shaquille Barrett came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limit.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
They take over here with good field position thanks to that nice return after the interception, as they're already in the red zone, 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Let's go, D.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw.
Now he'll escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chris Rumpf from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Hard throw, incomplete. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. That's again complete to Palmer. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
53, Mike 53. No chance.
Mike.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
Ready, set.
So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. For the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. The run got 4, now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. Back to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike 52.
Up the middle with Eckler. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even an offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 2nd and 13. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. This defense tried to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A throw over the middle, taken in. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Come on. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. New England on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Down at the 35. It'll be second down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a two-score game. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a two-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's a throw, and I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. New England trying to get a place on offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now a give right side McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So the Chargers now down by 12, 2:24 to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's complete to Trey McKitty, the tight end. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Here we go. Mike 52, Mike 52. Pick it up.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle. That's McKitty. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Watch the mic. Watch one. Hey, defense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Pats are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And they take a knee. Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things. Not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from start to finish. That defense, they might as well have told their offense, guys, just kick a field goal. We've got it today.
So for the Pats, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they fall to 8-6 with